Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Center New Blood. I'm joined by...
Air327.
And there's a snowstorm. It's almost like that nun has psychic prediction powers, you know.
There's some bad chemming on that.
Huh?
Chemming, have you heard that? It's kerning, but with bad kerning.
If you understand that joke, I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Well, there's too much space between the R and the M. It's a snowstorm.
It's bad kerning. It's a snowster M.
We have to close early.
What a store M.
Too bad we can't leave though.
What a store M, Mark.
We managed to dodge the late shift, and we're stuck here anyway.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a subreddit called chemming. Like
wow.
literally with an
That's
M
my
instead
name
of
on it.
RN.
So I'm gonna get some much-needed sleep.
Hey, isn't that investigator from Concordia supposed to stop by sometime today? I'm sure you'll be the first they'll want questioned.
Oh, don't worry, they won't be sending anyone out here in this weather.
I guess since no one else is around, all calls are being transferred to us. Dr. Blaylock speaking.
Is this the hospital? I need help. Someone's been badly injured.
It's a game about doctors, so of course this happened.
Yeah.
Marcus, we have an emergency. Yes,
Probably.
This is Montgomery Memorial. Please.
I mean, we
remain
don't
calm.
actually know what happened
Now,
yet,
can
but
you
it
tell me what
sounds like an
happened?
emergency.
Well, so I know this is a small hospital and all, but even if like they were the only two surgeons there, they should at least have some other staff there besides
Yeah.
them.
A
Like
secretary,
nurses
at
Was
least.
accidentally shot in the chest with a rifle.
Something.
He's bleeding profusely. I estimate that he's already lost about 500 milliliters. His
Is
CS
this person a
233.
doctor or something? Like, what?
She's the nurse.
All
I
right,
estimate
we'll
that he's
prepare
already
for your
lost about
arrival.
500 milliliters. Like, if that's just the panicked woman that happened to be there, he, you know, accidentally shot himself by the right
How long
near the
before
right
you can get
person.
here?
Mister, how long will it take us to get there? 10 minutes. Can you get us there in 5? We'll be there in 5 to 10 minutes.
That sounds like a
Got it.
no.
We'll be ready.
Can you get
All
us
the
there in
nurses have
5?
gone home.
What?
We'll have to do
No.
this on our own.
We'll be there in 5 to 10.
Can you prep the OR?
The IV, BGA, and CT are all ready to go. So is the blood count and cross-matching test. Looks like
See,
the
you know how
storm's
they
headed our way.
with gun safety they always tell you always treat a gun like it's loaded? This is why. Cuz sometimes it's loaded.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're still open. Here's the patient.
We're ready for him.
That is a
I've managed
really
to temporarily
fancy
stop
looking
the bleeding,
whatever
but his
you want to
vitals
call
have dropped
that.
significantly.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
been shot in the
coat, but
chest.
it's a really long
It looks
coat.
like the bullet's still
Yeah.
lodged inside him. His condition is critical. There isn't a moment to lose.
Everyone's already gone home, so you'll have to help me get him on the stretcher.
No problem. I'm actually a nurse.
Okay, yeah, that explains. It's like, you know, I probably should have guessed that when you talked about how many milliliters of blood you thought he lost.
Just wait for the next line of dialogue.
So if you're short-handed, I can
Oh,
help
wait.
you with a procedure.
This one.
Now it all makes sense. I was wondering how you knew to reveal that information.
I was
We
too.
could definitely use your help. Come on, let's go. Marcus, the patient's here. And this girl is a nurse. She's going to help us.
Finally, some good news. So does she have a name?
Oh, sorry, I didn't think to ask you.
This doesn't
I'm
seem
Elena
very important in
Salazar,
the grand scheme
from
of
the Concordia
things.
Medical Institute in Los
Oh, that's
Angeles.
convenient.
Yep.
I'm surprised
Also-
That's probably
Concordia
less
sent someone
paperwork.
As young as you.
She's another major character, so remember that.
Oh,
It's nice to see you again, Dr. Vaughn.
I probably won't. I'll recognize her.
She also
know her
knows Dr. Vaughn. Don't worry, she'll be literally with them the whole time.
Okay.
Have we met before?
Let's save the introductions for later. We've got an operation to perform.
I feel like this line of dialogue is applicable
To
like for
most
all
of the game.
all of the time that they're making idle chatter before operations, especially ones that where the patient's in critical condition.
All right, I guess I will start with the. I know how to do the magic goo.
I know this is an emergency,
The
but please
stabilizer,
allow me to
that's the
advise
word.
you on the situation.
I don't think the consistency would be described as goo.
The patient is a Caucasian male in his 50s. He's suffering from a gunshot wound from a rifle.
Again, another thing I want to point about, point out about the stabilizer is since we're injecting it, why can't we just give them an IV of stabilizer?
The bullet didn't exit his body.
I feel like everyone
It's still
in this
inside him.
world should at all times have an
Due
IV
to
of
the excessive
stabilizer.
amount of bleeding,
Everything
there's a
would be better
possibility
then.
The bullet nicked his heart.
There's no time to waste.
He's lucky you got him here so quickly.
The objectives in this operation are to extract the bullet and treat the hemorrhaging areas.
Or in more general terms, make him not about to die.
Okay, let's give it our all.
That is what we're going to do. So you're
To be
correct
fair,
there.
to be fair, that's usually the objective of these operations. Make them farther from death.
Okay.
True.
We need to treat the external. The round seems to have entered the body here. Let's treat the gunshot wound before we open him up. I'll prepare the synthetic membrane. Now, the gunshot wound has been successfully treated. All the
Stabilizer.
external wounds have been treated.
Peak at 30 or
Ah, crap.
something?
Open him
Yeah,
up.
so you can see the vital cap there. Since the rest of the bar is black,
Oh.
you can't raise the vitals any higher than 30.
Well,
in bad
that's
shape.
annoying.
All right, you can help me with these. It's down and to the right for the
Please
drain.
keep an eye on his vitals while you treat his wounds. Doctor, you located the gunshot wound. We're dealing with his heart. Let's a mistake. What? The other half must still be. We have no choice. We have to open the gunshot wound wider with a scalpel.
I mean,
You
I'm
know
sure.
what's fun?
We can't
Cardiac
get a
arrest.
pulse with a round still lodged inside him.
Also, the talking is also a free action in this game, so we can just,
Okay, good.
keep him flatlining here for as long as we want.
Please extract it quickly. Open up the gunshot wound with
All
a
right,
is it safe for me to
stabilizer,
stabilize?
please.
The
Yeah.
remaining- The round has
I know
been
sometimes they make it so that it's not
It's
safe.
It's actually
The
very
wounds.
easy to die here, especially if you're doing it on hard because the vitals lower faster.
Ah,
Now please resuscitate the patient using
Okay,
the defibrillator.
so the defibrillator works the same that it does in Trauma Team, but it's faster in this game.
okay.
So I'm gonna do it
The
first.
gauge displays the amount of power
So you want to
being
hit it
charged.
in that green
So is it hold and
area.
release?
No, it's just wait until it gets into that
Okay,
area. It'll
and
move
then press.
automatically.
Okay, well,
Press the Z and B. There's no pulse
So I got
yet.
in the gray area, so you have to do
Give
it
me the pulse.
twice.
What
If
a
you get the
relief.
green one, you can just do it in one.
okay.
But if you do it in the gray one, you have to
Okay.
do it again.
Let's close it
I'm
up.
lucky that I did that as well as I did because it was just. I pretty much hit it as soon as I noticed that it said
Close enough.
player 2 on that, and it happened to be okay timing.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you got it on the rebound
Suture
too.
incision.
Yeah. Thankfully, that's a thing you can do.
Beats the operation.
It's like a
Was
golf
worried during
minigame.
that One part of the operation.
Yeah,
That's how golf games always work. There's a bar that goes up and down.
because that's how real golf works too. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I swung past it. Let's just go back and boom.
Yeah.
So fewer than 3 defib uses.
I'm just imagining it as a professional golfer, like going
We got 4 cools.
like on the like 3 inches from the hole, going as high up as they can, and then bringing it down to almost touching the ball, and then just going back and forth, and then
Alright.
trying to time when they stop it and swinging from there.
So our goal, like for every operation, is to not get a C. So we succeeded this time
All right.
in not getting a
That was
C.
a difficult
Yep.
operation, but it
And
went well with
I'm
your
pretty
help.
sure our
You're a
rankings
very
spell
skilled
out
nurse.
cab.
Really?
I think they do.
Yes, really. I'd love for you to assist us again sometime, if possible.
You're going to be assisting us for the rest of the game.
But first, we should clarify some things.
You're hired.
What
You didn't know you were
instructions did
applying for a
Professor
job,
Wilkins
but
give
you're
you prior to
hired.
Coming here, Elena.
All right, so in case you've already forgotten, Professor Wilkins is an associate of Markus's.
Oh yeah, he's the
You're right.
he's the professor
I
that's a
shouldn't hide
doctor.
my true
Yes.
intentions. But I didn't come here to spy on you. And I didn't come here to help you.
Then why are you here?
I
Because
came
this
here
guy
to ask you
accidentally
to
tried to kill
operate on me,
himself.
Dr. Vaughn.
That's actually the reason that she's here in
Oh.
Alaska.
Okay.
What?
It's the pump unit you implanted in my pancreas 7 years ago. It isn't going to last much longer. Please, Dr. Vaughn. You have to help me.
Now I remember. So you're that little girl.
I mean, you can't really fault him. It was 7 years ago. So I don't blame
Yeah.
him for not recalling her completely.
Yeah.
All right. On to the Sorcerer of Salvation.
Elena has intractable pancreatic necrosis, an extremely rare genetic immune system disorder.
That's a fun sounding name.
Uh-huh.
The disease surfaces due to stress caused by aging, viruses, or chemical substances.
So you really don't get away from that stress.
No.
If left untreated, it could cause septicemia, cellular necrosis, and a severe case of pancreatitis.
Well, I know that
Okay,
necrosis
so-
has to do with bad. Anything
So,
ending in itis is just generally bad.
So cellular necrosis means the cells are dying.
That's
so
pretty much
cell
what I
death.
figured.
And then pancreatitis means the pancreas is swollen.
Yeah.
Septicemia
I
has
would
something to
guess
do
it-
with something's not draining properly,
Yeah.
I think.
Thankfully, an effective immune suppressant was developed in 2015.
Also, this game takes place in the future. It's actually
Is it still in the future?
technically
Is it still in the future? Or are we technically playing this game that was made to occur in the future?
It's still in the future.
Okay.
Unlike, so actually, fun fact, Phoenix Wright, the
Yeah.
events of Phoenix Wright, like the first Phoenix Wright game, we're going kind of through that right now. So, like, the first case in Phoenix Wright was, I guess it was actually a year ago now, but
Huh.
yeah, so we're actually officially into when those games are set.
It's funny, well, playing games that were intended to be in the near future, and it's like, wait, that's not true. That's
So
not how
now
things
the disorder
happened.
can be treated by implanting a high-efficiency pump system in the patient.
Yeah.
But why do you need another operation? Is the system malfunctioning?
Yeah, it's designed to last for 20 years.
The antibody has denatured. The medication isn't working. To compensate, the pump's immunity suppressant control chips need to be replaced.
And you expected that someone at a remote hospital like this could do it?
I wanted to ask Dr. Vaughn to perform the operation, since he already saved me once before. I'm sorry I didn't contact you beforehand.
That might have been a good idea.
Yeah. Doctors generally like to work with appointments.
Oh, no need to apologize.
Oh, hi, old guy.
You're quite welcome here.
That's like his name to me now. He's the old guy.
Placing the pump unit is no easy task.
And something
tampering
about
with
the way he
implanted unit
stands,
might
he
cause
looks
stress and trigger
just a
an acute
little bit
reaction.
lost at all times.
An inexperienced
Now I have
doctor
to wait
wouldn't
for him
even
to-
attempt such an operation.
Show back up again.
Doctor, we've received a shipment from Concordia. According to the label, it requires refrigeration.
Well, that was perfect timing.
I had them send all the materials necessary to perform the operation.
It literally arrived right when we needed it to.
Marcy, please refrigerate them at once. The patient appears to be in good condition, but that doesn't mean we have time to spare. Once the preliminary test results are in, we'll need to operate immediately.
So it's a difficult operation, huh?
Yeah,
Probably not
but it
that
requires some
difficult, considering
preparation.
it's pretty early in the game still. Game Design 101. Easier stuff is earlier in the
Are
game.
you heading back
Harder
home,
stuff
Dr.
is
Blaylock?
later.
Unless the game is bad or has
Yeah.
bad pacing.
Oh, hi, Elena. Yes, I am. You're staying here tonight, I assume.
Yes. I was hoping to catch a glimpse of the northern lights.
I see. Well, try to stay warm. By the way, I
The
wanted to
central
ask
heat turns
you
off
about how
overnight,
you
so good
became a
luck with
nurse.
that.
It must have been tough. Not
You brought a
were
coat,
young,
right?
but You also had your illness to contend with.
Well, I was working towards something I really wanted, so I was able to overcome those obstacles.
Oh, so she's a registered nurse and she's only 20.
That's impressive.
And in the process, I was able to learn more about my condition.
I'm a dude, and I'm over 20, so
But
she's
you
doing better than
received
I
your
am.
International nursing license, right? That's amazing.
Yeah, sorry, international nursing license is what they call it in
I
the
was
game.
grateful to be alive. People are capable of so much when they don't take life for granted.
You're really mature for your
Like
age.
that guy who
I
decided to
think you
fight a
have great
grizzly
career.
bear.
And the moral of the story is don't fight grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Thanks. I can't wait to
Also, I
get
think
back to treating patients.
I interpreted that as
as
capable of
opposed
so
to
much
being one.
when they take life for granted. And then realized after I said that was backwards. But I mean, to be fair,
YOLO!
yeah, to be fair, you're capable of some impressive shit when you don't care about your life. You could do some
Look,
really stupid
the
shit. Oh, hey,
Northern
they're doing
Lights.
some Northern Lights animation
So
stuff. That's kind of
beautiful.
cool.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Elena, let's both do our best during tomorrow's operation.
I know you'll be asleep and
Yeah.
will have no influence over it whatsoever, but do your best.
Yeah. Do your best to, not wake up in the middle of the
Remain centered.
operation because that's not fun.
Breathe. Focus. As the stars have taught me, I am one with life. I am one with now.
He's doing some
Okay.
meditation stuff.
All right.
Remain centered. Breathe.
Is this the point where someone barges into the room unannounced?
Kind of.
Okay, I was close.
Should have unplugged the phone. Yeah, who is it?
Greetings. I'm sorry to disturb you so late, Markus.
Professor Wilkins.
I suspected this would be a good time to reach you.
It would have been nice if I could have finished meditating.
I see you're still dabbling in witchcraft. Well, that's good, because it is precisely that sorcery of yours we must rely on now.
Look,
Okay, I
I'll
hope that
perform
his
the
writing
surgery on
stays as
Elena.
entertaining.
It will.
Okay, good.
Just don't expect me to return to Concordia.
It seems there's been a misunderstanding. She's not the reason I contacted you, Markus. There's another patient I'm concerned about.
What are you trying to say?
Stigma has awakened, and I require your assistance.
What?
The main plot has awakened.
Didn't I tell you that it was too dangerous to tamper with?
So you don't think you share in any of the responsibility, hmm? Well, don't be ridiculous. It's too late to wash your hands
So
of
is this
this.
referencing a previous game, or is this making up
Events before
previous
this
events?
So, yeah, events that happened before this game. It's not in a previous game.
Okay,
However, there's no reason to let your feelings of
so it's
guilt
new
torment
backstory,
you.
not old backstory.
Yes.
Basically. Okay.
In fact, I have some good news for you. The patient I'm referring to is me. Well then, we shall continue this conversation another time.
I know you're
Goodbye
about to
now,
like
I'm
operate
dying.
on a really important patient, you know.
Yeah.
Believe it.
You know, but no pressure. You know,
Yeah.
no additional pressure.
Yeah. Please help me, I'm dying. Good luck!
You look distracted today. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, it's okay. Professor
You say so.
Wilkins, or whatever his name was, is just dying, and it's maybe
Just as
kind of
long as
partly
you'll
my
be able
fault.
to use your healing touch.
Okay, so there's a mechanic in this game and in the previous games that isn't in Trauma Team called the Healing Touch.
Well, if all
And
goes
that's
to
the,
plan, I don't need to.
Sorcery that Wilkins was talking about.
Don't worry, Elena. Everything will be fine.
Oh, I'm not
So that's the
worried.
minor mechanic?
Yep. And that is the minor difference between the two. They're,
Okay.
Their
Now,
healing
about
touches
these
So
are
you-
different.
we're
So you have
replacing.
technically given yourself the more complicated character.
Well, they went to the trouble of including instructions from the designer.
Because there's
himself.
one more mechanic that you have to deal with than I do.
No, you'll get it too.
Oh, it's just different.
It's just different.
So I'll
Oh.
indicate when
So
you
it's
should bring
not.
them
So
up.
for now, it's the more complicated character.
I
Fortunately,
suppose.
his directions are perfectly clear. I'll have to thank Professor Karinsky.
The operation is sure to be a success with such a well-prepared team.
Of
And then we
the two
fail.
of us.
All
Well,
right,
there's
Elena?
the nurse too.
I'm gonna begin administering
Well,
the
okay,
anesthesia.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm still thinking
I'll
of
try to get some
the
sleep.
last one where it was literally the two of them, and thankfully a nurse showed up.
Yep. Hey, at least the vital cap in this one is 99.
Yeah. No one's ever perfectly healthy if they're in an operation, though, so that's why it doesn't go to 100.
That or, you know, 2 digits compared to 3.
All right, let's go over this one more time. The objective of this operation is to readjust the pump unit installed in the pancreas. Depending on the condition of the
Just
pump,
imagining
we'll
it
most
as
likely
like
have to change
readjust.
the
There's
control
just like a
chips.
screw that you have to tighten a little bit, recalibrate it. It's just an analog calibration thing.
It's a bit more
There's a high
complicated
risk
than
that
Oh,
that.
I'm
may be
sure.
hemorrhaging as a
But just
result of the chip
something about the
exchange.
phrasing.
Follow my lead.
That was the
and
first
keep
thing
in
that
mind
popped into
we
my
may
mind,
need to
and I
make
felt I
some
had to
changes
share it with
along
the
way.
world.
All right, let's make this an operation to remember.
The control chips are
I don't
ready,
think you
Doctor.
ever want to make an operation to remember. That usually means something really
Keep
bad
them on hand
happened.
so they'll be ready when I call. for them.
Generally,
If everything
but
goes according
you
to
can't,
plan,
you could have a good operation where, you know, it's supposed to be a really difficult operation. You weren't sure if you're going to be able to pull it off, and then
I
you, know,
guess
you
that's
actually
true.
do.
But generally,
Let's begin.
I feel like in most
Oh
cases,
yeah, so one thing that you missed from that game is the people doing their poses before surgery,
Oh.
which is something that's in the other games in this series.
like him and his weird pointing.
Yeah.
We will
Okay.
now begin Ms. Salazar's operation.
Okay, so
The
I'm
implant
assuming you're
is
getting this because you know where the tools
Please
are,
perform
and
the
I don't.
laparotomy.
All right.
Yep. I mean, the palette's there if you need
This
to
must
look at
be
it.
the
See,
Well, yeah,
so,
but in the time it takes me to figure it out, you have muscle memory on your side.
Let's use antibiotic gel.
The wounds have been treated, but it's only a matter of time before it ruptures again. We're going to have to replace the implant's control chips.
Okay,
First, we'll
so
have to
you can
disable the
help out
current
with
chips, and we can exchange them with the new ones.
the gel
Use the
actually. So
laser
you'll
to
see some like
disable the
hemorrhages
chips.
kind of
Okay.
pop up,
Chip has been
some
disabled.
light hemorrhages. Just cover those with the gel. to get rid of
Gel
them.
is top?
Yeah.
Now insert the new control
Okay.
chip into where the old
So
one used to be.
they'll show up at some point. There you go. There are 2 of them. And that'll help restore the vitals some too.
I assume that you can basically
You
just
repeat this procedure with the preferred
spread antibiotic gel wherever and there's no real consequences.
Okay,
There's
so
massive hemorrhaging.
this part is actually
Use the
scripted.
drain
So
to
basically,
fill where
just
the blood
you can use the drain. Her vitals are gonna drop.
Something's
There's really not
right.
much we can do about
Why
it.
won't the hemorrhaging stop?
I could do this about it.
I feel like something.
You just have to wait for this event to happen.
Oh,
Yes, I have no choice. Remain centered.
so
Breathe.
don't bother
Focus.
Oh, he's gonna
stabilizing.
he's gonna use his healing touch here, and this one the game does
Oh.
for you. So Marcus Vaughn, his healing touch slows down time, so you can see the hemorrhages are happening a lot
We're done here.
less slowly, so you can actually keep up with it
a lot less quickly.
a lot less quickly,
Amazing.
a lot more slowly.
Yeah. Oh my god,
words,
everything's
what?
worse now.
What do they mean?
Sorry, but I'll have to leave the rest to you. I think I overdid it.
But he hasn't used it in a while, so
Nurse Bloom,
He's gonna
get Marcus
faint.
out of here.
Oh boy.
I'll handle the rest of the operation.
okay. So what's actually interesting is if you're
Oh.
playing this in solo mode and you're playing as Marcus, it makes sense that the operation would just end here. But we're playing it together, and you're
Yeah.
Valerie, and she said that she was gonna finish it,
And then it just ended.
and then it just
Yeah,
ended.
because she said that, I'm just like, oh no.
I'm not really sure why they didn't do that in co-op, or if you.
Probably because most people are not going to play co-op, so co-op is kind of an afterthought, unfortunately.
I don't know. It was a good afterthought, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of how it works in a lot of times. It's like,
All right.
well, with a little bit of extra effort, we could add a new gameplay mode.
If we get all 4 of these bonuses, usually we did a pretty good job. Hey, we got an S.
Yay.
Then again, this is a pretty short scripted operation, so.
Yeah.
Ah, you're awake. You seem completely drained, Marcus. Is it because you haven't used your gift recently?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. How's our patient?
I completed the rest of the operation. Her condition's stable now.
Yep.
I mean,
it
all
was
I had to do-
all me.
All I had to do was
All
just suture up
me.
the incision and bandage it, but I finished the rest of the operation.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on her, so feel free to get some rest.
That sounds good. I'll probably end up freezing to death.
I don't understand it. Why would they send someone with your ability to a place like this?
All right, enough with the sarcasm.
No, I'm serious. In fact, I'm a bit envious.
She's technically the better one of the two, so for playing roles here, then I chose the right one.
I'd love to be you, Marcus. To have your ability?
Don't sell yourself short, Val.
What do you mean?
You didn't come here for the tropical weather. You came to refine your techniques, to learn.
Yeah, I don't think
healing
anybody goes
patient.
to Alaska for the tropical weather. Just saying.
Yeah, probably not.
But if you've already given
If they do,
up,
they're in the wrong
there's no
place.
reason to stay here.
Because it's Alaska.
Who are you to be judging me? You sulk around here all day like a mistreated dog licking your wounds.
Sorry, Val. They didn't come out right.
See, it's serious because it was 6 ellipses.
Well, no,
I'm not
2
very good at
ellipses,
giving
but 6
pep
dots.
6 dots, 2 ellipses.
Yeah.
See, that's 1 ellipsis.
All I can think to say is try harder, which isn't
Also,
very
this game
helpful,
has the
huh?
upward quotes problem.
Oh, God,
Two.
no.
I'm sorry, too.
Uh,
I shouldn't have snapped at you like that.
I guess when it comes to interpersonal communication, I'm no Dr. Montgomery, huh? Well, maybe if you pray hard enough, he'll visit you in your dreams and teach
You
you,
know-
the right way.
you can tell I'm a bit of a computer nerd because it occurred to me that probably the reason that there's only 1 quote is because it's just using ASCII. ASCII doesn't have 2 quote signs. It just has a single
Yeah, so the
double
font
quote.
probably uses the up quote sign, even when it should just use the quotes without a direction.
Yeah. Like if you ever
Oh, wait, I think we spelled out cabs.
Ooh.
Now I gotta go back up and see the results of our work. Cabs.
So good. Or sea abs.
C abs.
I give those abs like a C.
All right, well,
They're
thank
average.
you. That's the lowest rank in this game.
Yeah, but in anything else, that's average.
Okay, well, thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play Trauma Center New Blood. I've been redxparasite,
I've an Air 327.
signing out.